running at 1066. We finally break the double ballpark curse here with Jimmy Ray out of Atoka, Tennessee. 65 Malibu Super Sport, 396 cubic inch engine, and Tony Miles of Hippo. Is the beneficiary of Tony Miles' heavy right foot. Miles goes at 1047 underneath the 1050 index, just over 1050. Moves his opponent in the Chevelle onto the next round. Frank Gaskins and Ron Meredith. Meredith from Litchfield, Kentucky, the 1969 Dart GT with a 440 in it. And Frank Gaskins from Campbellsville, Kentucky, the 1964 Plymouth. He is on a 1075 index, only a quarter second between the two of them. Coming up now, trying to keep the family name alive over there in the left-hand lane. Clarksville, Indiana, 63 Fury, 524 cubic inch. Push up through the firewall over there in that 63 Fury, and he gets a typical floor at 126 miles an hour as Lawrence goes 1301. He wins the race by 37 ten-thousandths of a second at the finish line strike. Jim Netherland and Alan Hutchinson, a 67 Buick GS with a 400 cubic inch Buick engine, and a 63 Galaxy with a 445 cubic inch version of an SE big block for Alan Hutchinson. 12-second index. Hutchinson will have him. Pro gas, you should be in the lane. Modified production. You're going to be the next category around the bend. Shift cars should all be ready to roll. Matt Reed and D.W. Hopkins. Hopkins, the 1964 Ford Thunderbolt, Fairlane Thunderbolt, Mississippi. And Matt Reed out of Huntington, Tennessee. Reed will have it ever so quick, 3/4 of a second head start over that flying whistle and light 4 on the right-hand side. Driver turned on a pre-stage bulb yet. Both still trying to eat their way up to its finest. inches of Chrysler wedge for Justin Geary. Unopposed in round one. DRS 1142 to 120. We move immediately into modified production. So the coolest part about this class is every single car has a manual transmission. They're not all traditional 4-speed. Some of the Liberty styles you need to find in a pro stock car. I think we're going to get a couple of Lenkos hanging out in here, but the bottom line is you need to have a clutch pedal and you need to have a manually actuated transmission. Timing tower. Lisa Floyd to the tower, please. We're getting ready to make a lunch order, Lisa. And I don't know how much you got in the bank here, but we may be stretching it. So Lisa Floyd, we need you to the timing tower, please. You lost something you want in the bank. So John Gilliam and Johnny Beaver. Goes 1265 at 76.32 miles an hour. Elmer Harrison and Dave Walter. The 1966 Chevy 2 of Walter from Lanesville, Indiana, through 2017 is a good-looking car. And Harrison out of Dayton, Ohio. 68 Firebird, 455 Pontiac engine, 1025 index. By 7,000, Jack Small ran 870 on an 875 index. breaking up by Warren and thereby being eliminated. Kyle Renfro and Randy Bell will be next up as the starting line crew does what they do a couple of times during these machines. They always touch up the line because these are heavy cars, some of them on very narrow slicks. And when you tack these engines up, they have a gazillion RPM and sidestep the clutch. It likes to take the rubber with it off the starting line. So we do need pro gas. Pro gas in the staging lane. Pro gas, you should be on the way. Modified productions on the racetrack. We will run the pro gas category, have our invocation and anthem, and then have the first round of eliminations. And top fuel 20 car, double A2 Aldrin, and the Nostalgia Pro Stockers will be out as well. Here comes Renfro's Rattler 2, which is this beautifully bright yellow Corvette that was supposed to be taking on Randy Bell's 67 Mustang. Kyle Renfro's car sounds exactly like a period modified production car when you heard when he let off the gas how slow the engine was to wind down. Why is that? When you run a small cubic inch engine in a really heavy car, or a moderately heavy car, you put a very heavy flywheel in the back of the engine to store the energy. So it becomes a clutch. He's the fourth year by the time he goes. Turns on the red light and then shuts off its car to save equipment. Lake Bluff, Illinois, the 1962 restarted again. They're going to give them a go here, so they get every strong back and weak-minded guy they can find pushing the back of this thing. And there's nothing doing. Give credit for the last-ditch effort. They fought right up to the last second here, but Gordon lost. Trying to stop that solo act. 918.7, 143 miles an hour for Lake Bluff, Illinois, Gordon Long. Sherman Williams II rolls around the corner to take on Mark Hackett. Hackett using that really cool kind of vintage mid-Tennessee Mercury dealer's lettering that you would have found in a car of this era. Hackett has a small block Ford engine in the front of this thing measuring 331 cubic inches. The 289 power Comets of this era were really competitive in the CFX category, among others. K-code or high performance 289 of these cars, they ran in the lower FX category. 1075, the index for Hackett. Sherman Williams 975. Car field of entries here in the Pro Gas Division. One that will